Hi, it's Carolee from Wise Woman Ways, and it's Monday morning. It's March 11th, 2019, and I wanted to go over my morning ritual with you. And today's Monday, and I've been really inspired by the website spiralspectrum.com, and she has a calendar called the Cosmic Calendar, and I've been looking at that calendar every day. I've shown it on these videos before. I'll be showing it again. Um, but she also has this calendar workbook, and mine's really messy. I'm still learning how to use it. But on the 6th, right here, March 6th, was a new moon, just completely black in the sky, no moon at all. And my friend and I did a new moon ritual where we did wish paper. So I've done a lot of reading about moon manifestation and moon ritual, and the new moon, when it's empty, is really time to decide your intention to start something new, to have new beginnings. And so we did wish paper, which is, you can buy wish paper online, but really you just need some tissue and you write on it what your wishes are, your intentions are, and then you kind of crumple it up and then you roll it up in a tube and you light the top on fire and it sort of floats into the sky. It's really fun. So we did a new moon ritual. And then I just colored that in today because I just got this calendar, and my office is right next to, my studio space is right next to the beach. And so I walk the beach a lot, and I'm really curious always about the high and low tides. And, it's really interesting because I used to just think this moon stuff and this astrology stuff was all just foofy stuff. And there's nothing that can change your mind like walking on the beach after the biggest supermoon of the year. So the biggest supermoon of the year, I can't remember the exact date, but it was just a week or two ago. Actually, it was probably 2 weeks ago in February. And on that biggest supermoon of the year, it's when the moon is closest to the earth. And so we had the biggest high tide of the year. And after that biggest high tide, we had the biggest low tide. So I wasn't on the beach during the high tide, but the next morning I went out and walked at the biggest low tide, and it was so amazing to me. The sand had been pushed up towards the roads further than I'd ever seen. And I haven't lived here a long time. I've lived here about a year and a half, but I've never seen the sand pushed up like that into a huge dune. The sand dune just seemed gigantic to me. And there were huge trees of driftwood and huge boulders that had been pushed up by the tide. The gravity of the moon, the strength, the pull of the moon had brought the water up like that. And then by the time that I was walking out there, the water was so far out, it looked like you could walk out into the middle of the ocean. It was so far. And I was like, wow, how can people not believe that the waters within our own bodies aren't pulled with that kind of gravity, with that kind of strength? Of course it is. If the moon can move boulders and trees, and of course that's going to cause us to feel things inside. And that was really profound to me. One of the things that this cosmic calendar does that I've been following is it aligns the chakra system with the days of the week, and I love that because it's really helped me kind of learn and focus each day on my different parts of the chakra system. And I've been making pieces of jewelry for these different chakra systems. So today I made today's Monday. It's Monday the 11th, and Monday for me, it's the root chakra. And for me, the root chakra is the mother chakra. It's getting your needs met, the mama bear. How are you going to get those basic needs met? And it's your connection to the earth, Mama Earth, Gaia, Mama Earth. So for me, the root chakra is really about how to nurture yourself, how to ground yourself, how to feel financially stable, how to get your basic needs met. And I made this necklace, And one of the main stones on it, which has a few different colors, these light colored stones through here, kind of the medium-sized ones, are picture jasper. And jasper is a great stone for the root chakra. It's very grounding and it connects you with earth consciousness. And I have to admit, when I thought about being connected to the consciousness of the earth, I had some sadness come up because our earth is not in great shape right now. And I'm wondering how our earth feels about that. And so I had kind of some sadness come up. And so I added a real protective stone. So the bigger stones, I added 2 protective stones actually. But these bigger black stones are black tourmaline and tourmaline, not sure how to say that. But tourmaline is just this really, it feels sort of like a warm blanket for your soul, like it's this protective energy, and it's soothing and calming. It also not just soothes and calms, but it also is sort of like a vacuum for the soul, meaning it lifts all of that negative energy out. It draws it out, brings it out of you. And I have some little pieces of smoky quartz. There's one right there. But there's some smoky quartz chips that are braided into there. And so I have that as well. And then, just because I think Mother also represents love and this intense ability to provide. And so I have garnet, this faceted stone right here. There it is. I have some garnet weaved in there too. So there's another one. They're just weaved in there. There's another one. And then I always add kind of a little sparkle. There's Swarovski crystals in there as well. So this is my Mother Monday, my earth consciousness. I want to connect to the consciousness of earth, but I don't want to have that negativity about worrying about the health of the earth. There's a part of me that feels like the Mother Earth might feel bad about that, and there's a part of me, I swear, after seeing this high tide, there's a part of me that's like, we could all disappear and Mother Earth would be fine. Like, she's kind of allowing us to be here, and I don't know how much time she really worries about it, because the strength of Mother Earth is so unbelievably powerful. And then the other part of my ritual, as I'm doing Mother Monday and I'm grounding myself to the earth, and grounding yourself to Mother Earth energies and Mother Earth consciousness, there's also something about sort of attaching to the goddess energies. So the Mother energies and the goddess energies. And I have my little goddess here who I love, and I change up the stones. But Mother Monday for me is about birthing things. You know, that Mother Monday is about looking at your week, figuring out what you're going to do, kind of making that motherly organizational list, your sort of mental to-do list. And so each Monday I put, as a ritual, some new stones, some new things into the womb of my purple goddess here. So the things I have in here today, I have chalcedony. I have this, they're kind of egg-shaped this week, but this is chalcedony, which is, I don't know, for me, it just reminds me of like mother's milk, maybe. It's opaque and it's kind of this raw looking, very earthly stone. And so I have that in there. Just to set the intention during this week to nurture and to provide for myself. I've had a life where I've really dealt with a lot of neglect and struggled to feel fully nurtured and to feel like it's been hard to know that I can thrive instead of just barely surviving on crumbs. That's a habit that I'm trying to incorporate, is that I can thrive. Um, and the other stone in here, of course, is lapis lazuli, and I love lapis because it births new information in the mind. It kind of brings new information or helps you see information in a new way. And this last year for me has been about birthing a new career, kind of birthing a new self. I let go of this whole old self that I was when I lived in California and when I moved here to Arizona. And so this is about bringing new information to the mind. And so that's my little mother goddess womb and my intentions in there. And sometimes I'll write little things and put them underneath there too. So, and lastly, I want to tell you a little story about my daughter. Back when my two daughters were born, my husband and I were both in the nonprofit mental health world, and it's really hard to make any money in that. I mean, you can make a living, but you're never gonna acquire great wealth really in the nonprofit world. And I loved that work, but it reinforced my survival mechanism and didn't really allow me to tap into my thrival place. But when my daughter was born, we scrapped and saved and worked really hard to buy this little tiny house. And this house was not in a great area, but it was all that we could afford. And one day we were driving from this not so great area through this part of town to grocery shop in this other area. And through that, we passed through these mansions. Like on this drive, you drive through these much bigger houses. And my daughter was in the backseat talking to herself, and she said, Mommy, these houses are big. Our house is small. And my heart sunk at that because I had wanted to provide my daughters, of course, with a good neighborhood, with nice things. I wanted them to feel protected, and my heart sank a little bit when she said that. But then she said, but we have everything we need. We have a mommy, a daddy, a sister, and a bed. And my daughter wasn't comparing her house as small to one that was big. I mean, she was in that stage at like 3 years old of understanding size. But to her, bigger didn't mean better. It just meant different. I mean, her house was small and theirs was big, but she realized she had everything she needed. And that happened years ago. You know, she's launched and is on her own now. She's an adult, still a young adult, almost 19, but she doesn't live with us anymore. But for those years in between, 15, 16 years, whenever I felt like I didn't have what I needed, I would remember this statement from my daughter, that you have a mommy, a daddy, a sister, and a bed. And really, if you have people to love and who love you, then you have a place to lay your head. That's all you really need to start from that creative place. That's all you need to birth what it is that you want to birth. Sometimes we use a procrastination technique of saying, oh, well, when I get this, I can do that. Or when I get this, I can do that. Or I go through that. If you look at some of my other videos, like if I could get a tripod, or if I get a better phone, or if I get someone to teach me how to do this. But ultimately, you just have to start somewhere. And you'll find when you start that journey and you stop procrastinating your future, if you just step into it, you'll find that you have everything you need, and that you'll have an inner mother that will provide you for the needs that you have. So on this Mother Monday, know that all your needs are met, that you have everything that you need, and that you can nourish yourself. I nourish myself symbolically with the stones, but you don't even need that. You can nourish yourself with your imagination, with your mind. If you don't have those things, you can still draw upon the energy of them, and you can nourish yourself. So enjoy this Mother Monday and feel every ounce of love that it has to provide for you.